What's up, guys? Welcome back to Run It Back. I'm Fletcher Newman.
I'm Brooklyn Kaufman.
I'm Cole Sellers. This is episode 2, by the way.
This is episode 2.
Episode 2 of Run It Back.
We did it, guys.
I'm Brooklyn, sitting next to Cole, who's wearing sweatpants and a blue shirt, and he's had a good morning so far because we were watching all of Fletcher's old middle school videos.
Throwbacks.
And Fletcher brought the
almost
shorts
crying.
back out as well as the dark blue long sleeve. So
all of my pants are dirty at the moment, so I can only wear my shorts. I don't really have a choice.
He's not hygienic, ladies. Stop trying.
Hygienic.
It's unhygienic, Fletcher.
That's hygienic because
He's
I'm
wearing
washing
clean
them.
shorts.
At least I'm not wearing dirty pants. Yeah.
I guess that's true. You just don't have that.
Hit me up if you like hygienists.
He's just a dental hygienist. This is Run It Back, the podcast where we cover Thursday from Thursday, all things Midlothian High School, but mostly sports, because that's what we like to do.
Sports go sports.
So I'm gonna steal Cole's job really quick and run it back to who we are. I'm Brooklyn Kaufman.
But you already said that.
I'm saying it for the third time, just in case. Okay.
Embarrassing stalker stories.
Yeah,
This
because
is
remember,
weird.
so for our first podcast practice episode we ever did, we said our weirdest, stalker stories
Oh no.
with each other, and Cole has, a great one.
Which one is it?
The time you
bus?
saw me on the bus.
God dang it. This one is pretty weird.
It's pretty good. It's funny.
It's a good one.
Fletcher definitely has one. He just won't tell us.
Do you want me to start? I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and start. Okay, so this was a couple weeks ago. I was on the bus, and I saw Mrs. Brooklyn Kaufman walking her dog. So I texted her. I was like, hey, that's a nice dog. Trying to just
So
be funny
creepy,
about it.
by the way.
But the weird thing I did next, which was a really dumb thing to do, I took a picture of her for some reason, and then somebody next to me on the bus was like, why'd you just take a picture of that girl? And I was like, I know her, but then I thought, well, it's still really weird. So then I deleted the picture, and then Brooklyn was like, oh, it's funny. And it was very awkward.
My weirdest stalker story is one time I was working at the stadium, and Benji was coming up to the stadium to watch the football game, and the one of the cameras found him and stayed on him until I went down to watch the game with him. So I just watched him be with his friends for 30 minutes on the PTZ camera. So also, I Apple Music stalk everybody, and it's turned out to be really a bad time for my life.
Bad time.
You stalk people on Apple Music.
I'll show you.
Good thing I use Spotify.
Anyway, Fletcher, do you have a good story where you've accidentally been a creepy stalker weirdo?
Just trying to think of all of them.
One of them. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily really. I mean, I've stalked Instagrams, but we've all stalked Instagrams before. I have at one point, this was in middle school, but there was this girl that kept not responding to me, but she said that it was she just didn't see it. But then I went all the way to the point where I would check if her Snap score had updated.
Dude, what?
To a larger number. And then that way I could tell if she was snapping other people and saying that she didn't see mine, because I did not believe her at all.
That's
I'm so scared.
At any point you weren't this is a bit too far. I think I'm just gonna
No,
chill
I
out.
knew that the entire time, but it was just
I think that's even worse.
it was
Sometimes
just
you just gotta
okay,
do
there's
it.
no way that she is just not seeing my Snap right now, because I wanted to prove to her that I knew she was lying.
He's
God,
a little
that is
bit.
So
weird.
because it was just I knew how Snapchat worked, so that was kind of a bad thing that I knew how well Snapchat worked.
So if you want to post on Instagram that you're listening to this right now, just go ahead and screenshot our little picture on YouTube and tag whoever you think is the biggest stalker and tag at
It's gonna be me.
@runitback_pod.
That was one time too. That's the only thing that I've ever done that has been creepy,
It's
and
still
that's
pretty
I've
weird.
never done anything else that creepy.
Follow us on Instagram @the @runitback_pod. I basically run the Instagram because the other two guys don't care, but
You also
Well, we
you
can't-
also haven't offered access to
I'll
the
give y'all
Instagram.
access if you want it.
Okay. I'm fine with
But
that.
yeah, we would love to see all the funny things you have to say about us and tag us in. It would be excellent. Anyway, on to our next question. What karaoke song do you guys sing? Like, what's your favorite karaoke song?
What?
We're recording.
We're recording. Jacob,
Okay.
what do you...
You gotta go.
Hey, say hi to Jacob, everybody. All right, bye, Jacob. Bye. That was Jacob. He's a student.
He's a,
He's a
student.
I don't know what else to say. He's pretty good at editing.
He's really good at it. Almost as good as
shout out to
Fletcher in middle
Jacob.
school.
Okay,
Those
Cole.
were freaking hilarious.
What song do you sing at karaoke, Cole?
What song do you sing at karaoke?
I'm waiting for y'all two to answer because I have a really good one.
It's gonna be the same karaoke.
No,
Friends
it's
in
not.
Low
I
Places
promise.
by Garth Brooks.
Oh, your
That's
favorite
yours?
karaoke song? I thought the one you had sung.
Oh,
Like-
no, your favorite one.
Okay.
What's
I
your
need to
favorite
think of
one?
I need to think of one, actually.
What's yours?
What's
I think
yours?
Piano Man by... what's his
Piano
face?
Man by Billy Joel.
But yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
What's yours, Fletcher?
What's yours, Brooklyn?
Friends in Low Places
Oh,
or
that's right,
Rodeo.
you said that.
Any song by Garth Brooks, I'll do karaoke to. Any night of the week. Any day of the week. I will wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to sing Garth Brooks anything.
Hold the Line by Toto.
Bow, 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 bow.
Hold the line. Bow, 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 bow.
Love is always on time. Bow,
Whoa,
bow,
whoa, whoa.
Bow, down,
Hold the
down,
line.
down.
That's not the rhythm. No, don't get me going on that song because I will sing my soul out of that
Pretty good
song. It is a great song.
That's a good
It's
one.
better. I don't know why people like Africa by Toto so much. That song's kind of
Yeah,
low
it is a
key
better
trash
song.
to me. Hold the Line is so much better.
Africa by Toto, though, sometimes you just be in the mood to listen to that song.
I'm never in the mood to listen. Even if I'm in that mood, I don't listen to that song.
But Hold the Line's a lot more like a... It's more fun.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
fun than
Yeah.
because Africa that just
You can
gets
sing along
boring
to it
after
more.
a while.
Because everybody sings that song. I've never heard
Yeah.
anybody say, I'm going to play. Anyway.
Who was your favorite teacher in school and why?
Coach Fish.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Coach
Fish is
Mendoza. She was my middle
Oh,
school.
Coach Mendoza's wife that coaches baseball?
Yes.
Okay.
His wife. And him. They were both my favorite teachers of all time. They still are. She's pregnant. She's about to have a baby. She
Ooh.
might have already had a baby and not told me, because that's possible, but we, still talk.
Well, I didn't go to Frank Seal, so I didn't have any of those teachers.
Oh,
But
you're
at
cool.
Walnut Grove, I liked Mr. Pettyjohn and Miss Richmond, who are basically my parents because it felt like I left middle school and went to college, and then I would come back and visit them at middle school, and they would be like, "Oh, you're back!"
That's
And, like,
really
a
how it be
parent
with
coming
middle
home
school
from like
teachers,
college because they like love me a lot, and they're like really they're basically my like other parents, but I don't see them as much because I went to college and I'm staying in a dorm there, basically.
His dorm is actually his just normal
Yeah.
house, and,
And, like,
college is
they're-
just high school.
Their rooms are like across the hall from each other too, so it's like they're always with each other,
I love that.
like during passing periods and everything. And so Mr. Pettyjohn was cat news, then Miss Richmond was science, and I have a ceiling tile in Miss Richmond's room, and I also wrote something on her whiteboard by her desk, and that's still there 2 or 3 years later. She hasn't erased it yet.
Aw.
So it's the long-term bond that I make with my teachers.
Cool.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like from middle school or
Or
just...
any in school in general. It could be Miss Fonder,
I
but
have,
that's
like-
cliche.
How's that
Cliche.
cliche? None of you... Whatever. I mean, I like her. I mean...
Whatever.
I don't
hope
know.
she listens.
I don't
to
have
this.
She definitely will. I don't have like an all-time favorite teacher. I mean, I have favorite teachers from each year, but
Because technically Miss Fondren can't be your favorite teacher yet because you're not done having Miss Fondren. You
If
have
our-
Miss
I've had her-
Fondren.
If
I'm
you
not
don't
gonna
send
have
this
last year.
podcast episode to the teacher that you shout out, are they actually your favorite teacher? I think that's really the truth.
I don't
Mr.
think any
Pettyjohn and
teachers
Miss
are listening to
Richmond,
this.
I will send you this podcast and I will shout you out. I
You
promise.
ready,
Shout- are you
Mendozas?
gonna-
I'm coming for
Are you shouting them out right now or like?
We're
is it gonna-
shouting.
Well, I already did.
We're shouting out
But I'm
loud.
gonna send them.
Oh.
You made this too confusing. Okay.
Whoop, whoop. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna describe each other as an animal and say
What?
why. Because there's this website that I get all my get to know you questions off of. It's
Oh,
like
no.
112 get to know you questions, and I just pull off of there every week.
So do you describe who?
Yeah, we all will describe
Oh my God.
each other. So somebody else go first so I can think, because I am not,
I have no idea.
Fletcher reminds me, like his face reminds me of like a Wolverine, maybe.
A Wolverine?
I did not
He
get
definitely
that
doesn't
Fletcher
act like
at
a
all.
Wolverine, but like
What do I act like though?
His
Like,
personality's kind of cockatoo-ish.
cockatoo-ish.
Cockatoo-ish. That sounds like a really complex verb or like adjective. to
It
call
probably
somebody.
is. You know, like they're like real like cocky like birds. They're like, oh, I'm the best bird out of all the birds.
I
Like,
don't say that I'm the best bird out of all the birds though.
maybe just throw that vibe at me.
Dang, Brooklyn really does not like
Brooklyn
cockatoos.
is intimidated by me so high key.
I told him today, I was like watching those middle school videos. I said, you know how to edit like that in middle school? He was like, yeah. I was like, I'm so intimidated right now. Yeah.
Dude, I was crying watching those videos.
It was
That
funny.
was so fun.
Fletcher,
So,
Cole kinda
Mr.
reminds me-
Pettyjohn, if you're listening, after I sent you
Completely cut you
this
off.
video, I was showing all my Frank Seal people the Cat News videos, and they were all super taken aback by
Taken aback.
our projects
No, I was like
in
crying
Cat
the entire
News.
time.
Yeah, I showed them the funny ones.
It was-
I think that Cole is kind of like a sleeping lion, you know? Like, if you pull his tail, he's gonna bite you, but until then, he's gonna leave you alone.
Don't know what that's supposed to mean, but okay.
I don't think an animal is like me. I don't think
Brooklyn? I don't know.
Like a chihuahua.
Why?
Okay, next question. Brooklyn cried at Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, you have to
This
say
is a
run it back to
weekly-
Beauty and the
weekly-
Beast.
Okay.
Cole, isn't that your job now?
We're gonna.
I guess. Okay, so we all went as a group to the Beauty and the Beast musical. It was a very fun time. Brooklyn apparently bawled her eyes out.
I literally bawled my eyes out.
So I
She
was
didn't figuratively bawl her eyes out.
I was
guys.
sitting
she
next-
literally did.
I was sitting next to Brooklyn the entire time, and we're like whispering to each other about the show. And then I turn over, and it's like the last part when they finally like get to dance with each other. And Brooklyn turned over to me and she said, "I'm crying right now." And I was like, "How are you
I know.
crying right now?"
I leaned over and I said, I don't think I'm okay.
That's the
He was
first time
like-
I've ever watched like anything Beauty and the Beast related.
You've never seen the movie?
No, I haven't seen the movie.
Well, it was really
I haven't
good.
seen
I
the
understood
movie
it.
either.
Yeah.
I was really impressed. Like, to be honest,
I thought it
I
was pretty
watched
good.
Beauty and the Beast because I'm a girl.
She's a female.
Boys should definitely watch Beauty and the Beast because the Beast is a great role model
I
I
after
just
he
haven't
turns
watched
into
a
prince.
whole lot. Like I've barely seen Lion King, but I just haven't watched.
What?
I don't think I've seen that either. I haven't seen. It
I've
in a long
seen
time.
it, but I've only seen it like once.
Okay, it's fine.
Our family kind of watched like all those '90s Disney movies.
I can't
Now, what's
really.
this about? Fletcher ignored Brooklyn and Cole.
Fletcher was at the musical for literally
Dude,
since.
makes
Oh
me
my
so mad.
gosh!
I'm gonna tell my story first. So, I was eating Chick-fil-A in my car because my brother already went in because he drove me there, whatever. And I walk in and I see Fletcher doing something with some candy at the line. So I was like, okay, I'll wait for Fletcher. So in the meantime, I went to go grab my ticket. I came back and he's done with it. He just walks off. He doesn't even say anything to me. He just walks off and I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just go stand in line. I was very mad.
Well, mine is worse. So, I had gotten there way too early because I had to because my dad had a meeting. And so I was there and I knew Fletcher was there and I was like calling him and I was like, hey, come down here. He's like, I have one more math problem. Hangs up on me. And I'm like texting him and I'm like, hurry up. Like, I'm really scared. I'm like, I do not want to be down here by myself. Like, I don't really know what to do. He's like, get my ticket. That's all he told me. I think I texted him and called him like 15 times total.
Oh my God.
And then he finally comes out and he's like, hey. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like, are you going to stand in line with me? He's like, yeah, just hang on. And then walks away. And then I was literally, I had to go sit down by myself, find my own seat, because I was literally not knowing where I was going, have never been to like a musical by myself in general. And so I went and I sat down. And then like 10 minutes later, Fletcher and Cole are walking in together. And I'm like, those little jerks like came in together. And so they come in together and
that's
they're
not what
walking
happened.
around not able to find their seat. And I call
I
Fletcher
went to go talk to my
and he
brother.
looks straight at some other girl and goes like hangs up the phone so dramatically. And I'm like, that's not even me. Like, I called him again. I said, I'm literally watching you do this. You're looking at the wrong girl hanging up the phone. Like, I'm on the opposite side of the auditorium. He's like, I'm coming. And hangs up and comes and sits next to me. And I was so angry.
Let me explain the backstory.
Wait, so did you think I was trying to find the seats whenever I was walking to my brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So my mom's Miss Donna, so she's directing the play. So I basically never go home until like 9 o'clock at night every day. So I'm up in the spotlight
Poor
booth getting my
child.
homework done because that's what I normally do at rehearsals and stuff. And this was like just a performance, so it wasn't any different like before school. But so I'm doing my homework and I have one more question left. I'm so like determined. And then I get a call from Brooklyn. I was like, hold on, I won't answer it yet. I'll finish this. And then I'm halfway through it and Brooklyn calls me again. So I pick it up and I was like, hold on, I have one more math problem. And then I hang up and put my phone down.
Did you yell it out?
Basically. Then I finished the math problem. So I pack all my stuff up and I head downstairs. And Brooklyn calls me again and was like, hold on, I'm coming out. And then I hung up on her again. So I get out there and Brooklyn's in line with Riley Schultz. And I'm like, okay, so I don't have to babysit her.
Oh my
She's
god.
Riley.
That was...
So she like said, okay, thank goodness you're out here fine. And I'm like, yeah, hold on, I gotta go buy something for someone.
No,
And
but
she,
he
like,
didn't say that. He
then
said,
she
hang
almost
on, and
this
left.
this line is like so long that it's wrapped around the corner because Beauty and the Beast was sold out because it was like really good. But Brooklyn's in like halfway through the line and she's about to get out of line to come with me. I said, no, stay there. I'm trying to go get stuff.
He talked
So
to
I
me like a toddler.
Like had to like grab her arm, sit here and be like, stay.
He
And
said
then I,
literally that's what happened.
went like a jog trying to get her to
I was
stay
so
somewhere.
offended.
And then I like went over and bought something, but the line for like the stuff for that was too long. So like she went inside before I was able to get back in line. So I ended up, because I'm sort of privileged since my mom's a director, I was able to go
Definitely privileged.
backstage and like cut the line to where she was.
That's what you went to go do? That
Yeah.
makes me so mad.
No, I went to talk with Tater Beard, and then I went
Oh my
around
God.
backstage and came out the other way, and then I found Cole. I probably walked
I
right
found
past
you.
Brooklyn.
I definitely found you.
Yeah, like I saw Cole and he found me, and we went to the other side, and Brooklyn called me, and wait, no, Brooklyn was calling me,
I wasn't.
and I saw it, but I thought I saw Brooklyn in her seat. So I like stared straight at this random girl that I thought was Brooklyn and just like slammed the
It
end
was
call
really
button.
funny, y'all.
And then I realized that she was on the opposite side of the auditorium. I was like, oh, I need to go over there. So I finally found Brooklyn.
It was amazing.
It was.
But all in all, the musical was excellent. The cast was great. They did a great job. I cried at least twice, so I call that a success. Because I didn't cry more.
I didn't
so.
cry at all, so I'll call that a success.
Yeah.
I bet
our-
Tater cried.
Tater most definitely cried. He was telling me how he almost cried when he was interviewing one of the Hall of Honor.
That's me, honestly.
Yeah.
My fingers.
But it
started
was a
bleeding.
very sad story, very emotional story, so I don't blame him. But
But yeah, it was
still.
really good. If you haven't said congratulations and good job and all the things to your Midlothian High School theater people, you should, because they did an excellent job.
It was very
And that
great.
brings us into me crying and
Very
talking
touching.
about sports with Fletcher.
Talking about sports, Fletcher.
Talking about sports
Brooklyn
with
and Cole made
Fletcher.
comments as well.
Yeah, so we have swimming this
Run
week.
it back to district swimming meet.
Oh, yes.
We gotta say it like that.
Run it back.
They had the
Jump out your
district
chair,
swim
jeez.
meet on Saturday the 18th, and they're also having their regional meet. We interviewed them yesterday on the Coaches Show. Free advertising. Go check that out. Also on our YouTube where you're watching this right now. But MHS girls won district champs in the 200 melody relay. Claire Waits took second in district in the 50 freestyle.
Nice.
Then Alyssa Seinfeld, my drum partner,
My drum.
My drum.
my drum she got second in the 100-meter fly in district. Then the MHS girls team as a team took second in the 200 free relay in district. And then over on the boys' side, they got third place in the 200-meter free relay as the relay team. Then Alyssa Seinfeld again takes second in district in the 100-meter breaststroke. And then obviously, like I said, Friday and Saturday, they're going to be at the regional meet at the Mansfield Natatorium.
Good luck
so
to them.
be sure to go out and support, and good luck.
Let's run it back to basketball on Friday.
Ooh.
All right.
I don't have very much information for this because I wasn't there.
Well, it was Red
don't-
Oak, obviously.
We don't really need to talk about it that
A
much.
really intense district game. Our student section, we'll cut here.
No, stop.
Why?
One nation.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Sorry about that.
You need to do a clap.
It's advisory.
So you know you clap. You need to do a clap.
Okay,
There.
thanks.
Okay, so we played Red Oak on Friday night. Obviously, big district game. They're the other kind of basketball powerhouse. But very hard-fought game by both teams. Obviously, the JV boys were able to take home a W. But the girls, very close game, obviously going all the way, fighting hard until the fourth quarter, wasn't able to take home the win. And the boys, extremely close, back and forth the entire game. I want to see the stats on how many lead changes there were in that game because it was very intense. But Nike Madison had 24 points, and that will enter him into the 1,000-point club at Midlothian High School.
Woohoo!
But the boys in the end weren't able to pull out the win against Red Oak. But we have a second chance against them, last district game of the season. I'm not sure exactly what day it's going to be, but it will be at Red Oak High School, so be sure to show up again. Student section had a great showing, able to fill up the stands. We're looking for that every night. That's the bar, so we need to go above the bar next time.
Heck yeah.
And keep adding people to the student section.
Let's run it back to Tuesday.
We got Waco U at home, second time around. We're starting district again for boys. And girls, girls and boys, this is their second time through district. Boys were able to get a nice 54-39 victory. Kelton Williams coming off the bench leading with 14 points as well. And then Jackson Tallest starter got 10 points right behind him. That'll improve the Midlothian Panthers to 19-8 overall, 5-1 in district. And then Lady Panthers also able to take home a win. Not exactly, we don't have the score.
It's on the back.
It's on the back.
Jeez, Fletcher.
It's on the back. Here we go. 49-35. I knew that they won. I just didn't know the exact score. But Jerica Henderson, 17 points. Obviously had that school record-breaking three-point game. Shot and made 9 3-pointers against Joshua at Joshua. But 17 points in this one. KD had 15, Michaela 10. Elise with 4, and Landry Schreier with 3 points. So that's your scoring leaders, 49-35, with the score of that game.
Awesome. We're going to run it back to wrestling on Saturday that I'm going to talk about because I commentated it and I'm a pro at wrestling
And
now.
she knew the rules.
I knew the rules.
That's
She
surprising.
called a foul on the wrestling floor before the
ref
referee
did.
even called a foul. And Tater Beard was so excited that she did that.
It was awesome.
That is pretty impressive. I don't think I would do that.
Yeah,
It was so
could
cool.
do that.
Because I think I even whispered it to myself, and it came out, and you could hear it, and they were all like, hold up, did you just call that? But yeah, I am a wrestling pro. I do know all the rules, so if you ever want to ask me about
Oh,
wrestling,
boy.
I'll
Don't-
tell you.
Don't get too
Okay,
cocky.
then
I'll
how was
tell
that?
you.
How was that game on Saturday then? Or neat?
It's not a game, but yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
I'm
good.
sorry I'm talking
We did
about
great.
wrestling pro here.
Jackson Carter got honored with his 150 win certificate, and me and Tater both got very emotional over it. And so did Jackson. I thought he was gonna start crying too. It was a good time.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of hard work to go
It
into
was.
150 wins.
He's it's just he works really hard. He deserves every win that he gets. It was senior morning, daytime,
Senior meet.
senior, because
Senior
usually we call it senior night, but it was like in the morning.
That's not a game.
That was sweet. Me and Tater also almost cried. And then I, as you know, last week threatened to wrestle every Midlothian citizen that didn't come to
Oh, boy.
the wrestling meet because I was there. So basically an update on that. At church on Sunday, we were talking about wrestling with God, and I texted my dad after telling the whole town that I wanted to wrestle them if they didn't come to the wrestling meet. I was praying that God would wrestle for me and not with me. And so if I threatened to wrestle you and you didn't come, I think I'm just going to take the forfeit. But yeah, they did great. Felix Saunders wore his pajama pants pretty much the entire time. But other than that,
Pajama.
I think we left the
Pajama.
meet with only we argued about this last time too. We ended the meet I think with only 2 or 3 losses. Really, a lot of really quick pins. I don't even know if we really got past the second round very often. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, they did a great job. Make sure to congratulate them. Make sure to congratulate Jackson Carter on his 150 wins. yeah, they work hard and they're athletes and they deserve to be respected just like our football boys and everybody else. So speaking of who else we're going to appreciate, let's run it back to soccer.
It's soccer time!
What? Did you guys practice this bit?
No, not at all. So the boys with a big win, 8-1 over Cleburne. We got some goals here. Moreno, Henderson, both got hat tricks with goals, 3 hat tricks each to add up to 8.
Hold on.
Wait,
that doesn't add up to 8. There was 2 extra goals. That was a big
2
part.
hat tricks.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying
8-1's still really impressive.
I was saying that they both had hat tricks.
A single.
That makes 6. I know how to do math. I'm passing algebra 2 with an A right now.
Okay, you don't need to.
But I was saying that significantly contributed to the 8 goals that was scored by the Panthers, is what I was trying to say, but that didn't come out right.
Oh, that was awesome.
The other 2 goals were scored by Alex Hernandez and Nick Arenar. That's where the other 8 came from. Then the assist go
The
to
other
Jay
2, not the other
Barnett,
8.
Ryan Tate, and Juan Martinez, and S. Alvarado. So congratulations to our soccer boys.
Great
8-1,
job.
that's a pretty good score for soccer.
Girls soccer time!
Alright.
2-0 over Cleburne. I figured I'd start it out with that.
I don't even know what that means.
2-0, but it's an English sport, so you say 2-0.
I didn't.
2-0.
Dalton, what, you're almost crying.
I'm still laughing
Oh my
about that.
gosh.
I'm literally
Dalton Wolf got onto Tater Beard for saying 2-0 on a soccer score one time. It's 2-0.
What?
That's how you pronounce it.
They
You're
actually
welcome,
got
Dalton.
that?
I wrote 2-0 and I didn't even know what it meant.
It's 2-0.
I said 2-0.
But Sydney Gardner scored a goal assisted by Abby Powers, and then Abby Powers got a goal of her own. Both goals were scored in the second half of the game. Zoe Bolt gets a shutout from the goalie's standpoint as well. Then we also have Brooklyn
Yeah,
with Landry Combs.
I asked Landry Combs, she's the keeper for Varsity Girls Soccer, a few questions. I asked her what stuck out to her in the game, and she said Abby Powers was making great runs down the left side in the second half that resulted in a lot of shots on goal. Cleburne was fouling a lot in the second half, and that's why we got a PK. Our speed picked up a lot in the second half, and the defense played a really strong game and kept them out of our defensive end. I also asked, what's your favorite part of being in Girls Panther Soccer? She said, the friendship I've made of being a part of this team, especially with Zoe and Brooklyn. Not this Brooklyn, soccer Brooklyn, because I don't play sports. I just talk at them.
Sports with Fletcher.
Alright, guys.
Brooklyn and Cole
Guys.
make comments as well.
He's really got a bit going.
Guys. Yearbook, the sale ends Friday, so you guys should get your yearbooks. This is the end of the bit. Thank you.
This is the end of the bit. That was awesome.
That was our ASMR segment that we promised you last episode.
Let's talk about the question that's been on my mind since yesterday. Are
That's a long
Uncrustables
time.
ravioli?
Okay, so we'll give you a little bit of background. We were at Franksville Middle School, me, Miss Fondren, and Kari, talking about media opportunities in AAVTC. And we were talking about questions, and they had kind of already asked a couple questions, but the class kind of went silent because they were kind of scared of us, I think, to be honest.
Fletcher was very intimidating.
But Miss Fondren was like, no, please, ask questions. And this kid in the back raises his hand, and Miss Fondren picks on him, and he goes,
Picks on him.
are Uncrustables considered ravioli? And Miss Fondren stopped for a second, and she's like, you know, I don't know. And then the class just starts laughing like this tension just got broke or something.
That's awesome.
And then we took a minute or two to like discuss it and see, because it technically is.
Let's debate. Does anybody in this room think that Uncrustables are not ravioli?
It's a sandwich. That's the point.
It's a sandwich. But
is
it's like
it-
connected. It's sealed.
That's the point. There's no crust.
But is
Hence
it,
the name Uncrustable.
But
is
then
it
they would
not
just-
ravioli?
It might take influences from ravioli, maybe, but it's not ravioli.
Is it not a sandwich ravioli?
That's like saying cereal's a soup. I mean,
Please tell us on Instagram if Uncrustables are raviolis, because we're
Should-
concerned.
we
We'll
should
post
do
a poll
Yeah,
tonight
do a poll.
about Uncrustables being raviolis. Shout out to Dr. Bland being in the other room right now.
Jesus.
If you don't know him, he does.
Absolute legend.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows Dr. Black.
You should. If you don't know him, you should come talk to him. He's pretty awesome. Anyway, I have had a stormtrooper tattoo on my wrist for a week, and it won't come off.
It's a fake tattoo.
It's still on there?
Look at it. I'll post a picture of it tonight.
It might be a real tattoo.
I don't know. It will not come off. I'm not like gonna rub it off because I'm really trying to see like when it will actually come off.
Was it one of those water things where you like put it there and you
No,
rub
it's
the
a
water on
permanent
it?
tattoo.
No.
Oh, you got a permanent tattoo?
I did not. I have never even seen Star Wars, to be honest.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I got it out of the bottom of a cereal box at church.
Come on.
Bruh.
At church?
Yeah, my
You're
friend.
eating cereal at church?
Yeah, we had
You were
like
doing a
cereal night at
tattoo?
church.
You're doing a
Oh.
tattoo at church? Or did you take it home?
No,
I
I
don't
did
know
it
which
at
one's-
church. I'm a pastor's kid. Let's just clear that up really quick.
Doing tats at church.
So all the time I'm talking about being at church, it's because I'm there all of the time. Yeah, so we're going to do a countdown. So who wants to bet on when this thing's actually going to come off?
Well, considering on
a
the
week.
condition that it's in, I'm gonna say a week and a half.
It's been there since like last Friday.
I will not like rub, like I've washed over it and stuff, but I won't like rub it.
Well, you're gonna like shower with it.
I've been showering with it for a week.
Sharing with it like it's a pet.
Like
I take it into the shower with
It's
me
my little pet.
every
It
night.
just follows me all. I don't know what it's doing. It even sleeps in the bed with me. Like, come on!
Sounds like a boyfriend that you don't want.
It's so freaking clingy.
That's kind of how my dog be though. Oh, I have the cutest dog. Like if y'all have dogs, it's not the same as mine. Mine's the best.
I like your dog. Your dog's pretty cool.
Teddy the bear. He's a
Okay.
red golden retriever.
Have you ever met her dog, Fletcher?
No, I haven't. I haven't
It's very-
even been over to her house before because I dipped on that one float decorating party.
It's a pretty cool.
Next
dog.
time I have a party, I'll invite you and you can meet the dog.
I
Because
was-
that's
I was
really
invited. I just
Teddy's
didn't
the
go.
only reason people come to my house at this point. We love him. Oh, I have something for Cole to try.
I'll take a
Should-
pass.
ASMR.
Uh,
That took like 4 tries. Taste it.
what is this? Like a piece of.
It's
This looks like.
simply gum.
I have braces on. I can't do that.
You
Dang
good
it.
child.
I made Fletcher try it.
I
this
literally
morning.
did not change my diet from when I had braces and when I didn't have braces. Like it was the exact. I
It's just
chewed
not
gum.
good.
I ate caramel. I ate candy.
Dude, caramel's good though.
It's
I'll
coffee
eat caramel
gum.
anyways.
Yeah, I just lick it out of my braces. Like it
Ew,
didn't. It
that's
didn't
gross.
affect me.
Thank you.
I hate having braces.
I had the
Um,
box rubber bands. I was like, I kind of wanted rubber bands because I
I've
thought they
tried
looked
them.
cool on other people. But like they put it in a box where it was like the upper right jaw, the lower right, and then lower left, upper left, and that's like it was just making a box
So
on the
mine's just
side
like a
of my
triangle
mouth.
right there.
So
I
this
never
isn't.
had a triangle.
This one is bad.
Yeah.
So this gum is like kind of bad whenever you first taste it, and then it gets better. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused. And it comes with like a separate wrapper. I'll post a picture.
She'll post a picture.
It'd be
Don't
very
worry.
fun without context.
She'll post a picture.
Just a stormtrooper tattoo and coffee gum.
If you have to listen to the podcast, or else you won't get our jokes. It's like the rule.
It's
the
an inside
rule,
joke?
Cole.
I'd love to be a part of it.
We
someday.
have an inside joke with all of our listeners. And
Fletcher
we just
got
don't
it,
know what
yes.
it is yet.
Good job, Fletcher.
What?
You hear what I
Okay.
said?
Cheer tryouts. Cheer tryouts. That's what
Nice.
I meant to say.
They're coming up. I don't know the exact date.
Treehouse.
I think I might try out for cheer.
Oh boy.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Okay. I was about to say what?
I thought that
What?
Fletcher should though. You could be on the competition team.
Fletcher's already part of the Pantherettes.
I'm
That's
a part of the
true.
Manthreads.
Can I be a
Nepotism.
mantharet?
You're
Wait,
not a man.
I should
Wait.
just be.
That would be a pantherette.
Never mind. I'm not
Okay.
half the athlete that those girls are.
Anyways, guys.
Cheer tryouts. Talk to Miss Wright if you want to try out for cheer, and she'll give you information and what you need to do and be prepared on. Chick-fil-A Spirit Night for band.
Fletcher's passionate about this one.
Chick-fil-A Spirit Night for band.
What specifically are we passionate about here? The Chick-fil-A, the Spirit,
Chick-fil-A.
the band.
And the Spirit Night.
You have to go to Chick-fil-A on
and
Friday.
the band.
Because it supports Fletcher like individually. Because remember, he's
Yeah.
just the whole band.
I forgot about that. He plays every
This was
instrument.
never confirmed.
He just runs around on the field whenever during the halftime show.
I believe it's
Just
Friday.
changing instruments.
Give me a second. 1 second, please.
Ugh, when you pop a bubble with this gum and you like all
Oh
you can
my
smell in
gosh.
your nose is the
Blech.
Ugh.
Very glad I did not try that.
But It's not. It's coffee flavored gum. Is
Does
what
it just
is.
taste like
it's
coffee,
Not that bad. It does. It
Black
does.
coffee,
It's
I
not.
guess?
It's not very strong.
No, it tastes like caramel coffee. It's pretty not bad, but it's just when you first try it, you
It's
want
pretty not bad. I mean,
raw cane sugar, natural flavor. It's organic, I think.
Alrighty, it's Monday, February 10th,
Oh, I was
from
wrong.
5 o'clock
I'm
to
sorry.
8 o'clock. And not only does it support your Panther Regiment, but it supports your FMSMS
Nice.
band. I just
FMS.
messed that up. Frank Seal Middle School Band. That's easier to say.
Support
Frank-
your peeps.
Frank
Support
Middle School's
the middle
Seal
school and the high school.
But yeah, what else do we have on here? Oh,
We're
Mr.
running out of
Gates
time
was
a
in the
little bit.
musical.
Mr. Gates was in the
That
musical.
was pretty cool.
He
He was a bartender.
He requested to be on our podcast soon.
We need to get him on here.
That's
So
scary.
yeah, I'll post the thing that asks questions that we should ask Mr. Gates. Go ham.
Go ham.
Was he there all nights, Fletcher, or was he just there?
Yeah, I was there all night.
Oh,
I
that's
actually, I covered the narwhal part for him last year. He did the narwhal part.
I heard he messed up every time.
On the narwhal?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know he did it 1 or 2 nights, but then he couldn't do it the other night. So Miss Hallmark came up to me and she's like,
What
"Want to be
music-
the narwhal?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
Is there a video?
Wait, what
no,
musical was this for?
This was Elf.
Oh,
the
okay,
narwhal,
that makes
like,
sense. Yeah.
"Bye, buddy. Hope you find your day."
I was really confused. I was like,
No, but I did that, but I didn't have a microphone, so I had to project like really loud. So I basically screamed it to like in an auditorium of people.
We've
Like,
gotten bougie. Like, I remember going to the musicals whenever I was younger, and there was, like, they didn't have mics yet because I guess that we just weren't there yet. And now they have, now they have
Now
mics.
they have mics.
I'm
They
Dr.
have mics.
Seuss. They have mics. But yeah, this has been the Run It Back podcast. Again, I'm Brooklyn Kaufman, here with Fletcher Newman and Cole Sellers.
Fletcher Newman.
And Fletcher's probably going to close us out because that's what he likes to do. Any last words, Cole?
all right, bye guys. My name's Cole.
Bye, guys.
Stupid.
Be sure to check out our next episode.